Hello everyone, my name is Jacqueline Barboza and this is my community assessment presentation of Roxbury, Massachusetts. The objective of my presentation, we will briefly review the history of Roxbury. We will summarize some of my findings from my windshield survey, which was conducted earlier in the semester. We will also look at statistical and epidemiological findings, as well as address community population health concerns, and lastly review community resources for Roxbury, Massachusetts. So the history of Roxbury, Mass. Roxbury is a neighborhood within Boston, Massachusetts. It was one of the first towns funded by a Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630, later established as a city in 1848, and annexed to Boston in 1868. Early settlers of Mass Bay Colony established a series of 7 villages in 1630. The town was then home to a number of early leaders of the colony, including colonial governors Thomas Dudley, hence Dudley Street, William Shirley, and Increase Sumner. The town originally included current-day Boston neighborhoods Jamaica Plain, West Roxbury, Mission Hill, and much of the Back Bay area. Presently, Roxbury begins on Dudley Street, Upham's Corner, and it ends at Columbus Ave to the north of Melnia Cass Boulevard. Here featured in my presentation is the Eustace Shirley Mansion, which is still standing today. During the springtime, the mansion does open up and allows for tours. It's actually a very beautiful mansion, and the upkeeping of it, they do a pretty good job at keeping it and preserving the structure of the building. So here is my a summary of my windshield survey. So currently the boundaries of Roxbury is more of an economical boundary. There are currently new developments underway with expansions of shops and as well as small businesses, in addition to new homes being built such as condos, single family and multifamily units. The housing and zoning consists of modern multifamily units and single family homes. Some of these homes are fairly new, built within the past 5 to 10 years, and others being built over 100 years ago. However, the ones that were built over 100 years ago, owners are doing a very good job at, again, as I said, maintaining the property and making renovations. Signs of decay, I didn't notice any or much of signs of decay on the exterior of building structures or homes. I did notice some debris on the sidewalks. However, I have to mention that there were about on every block and a half or so a trash receptacle and a recycle receptacle. So the community is definitely doing a very good job at trying to promote healthy living and empower individuals to use the trash receptacles and to recycle. Parks and recreational, there are about 3 playgrounds, which were also, again, well kept, nice playing areas for children. The parks were gated and it did appear very safe. Common areas, as I mentioned, the South Bay Shopping Center, which is now under expansion, the Reggie Lewis Center, the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, and the Salvation Army Kroc Center, which is about, I want to say 10 years old. In addition to that, 8 convenience stores. Means of transportation for the community members, most of them travel via personal vehicles, the use of public transportation, bicycles, and motorcycles. And also the city also has been using these bicycles where people can rent them and ride throughout the city. Not only does it provide a means of transportation, a convenient one, but also it does promote healthy living with increasing physical activity. The people and the ethnicity in the community range from young, middle, and elderly. There is a very large population of African Americans, Cape Verdeans, Hispanic, and some whites. Um, Roxbury is known for the black culture, so there is a very large population of African Americans. Protective services, there is a Boston Police Station B2 and Engine 14 Ladder 4 Fire Station, which is both located on Dudley Street. Communication, I noticed that most of the community members utilize personal mobile phones. However, DSNI, which is the Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative Center, has office spaces which are open to the public to allow for use of computers and fax machines and printers for those that do not have access to computers in their home. Religion, there are Catholic Church, Protestants, Baptists, and Jehovah's Witness to serve the variety of religious domination in the community. For schools, there are public elementary, middle, and high schools, private Catholic elementary school, charter schools, and 2 public exam schools. In terms of the industry, again, small local businesses, barbershops, hair salons, deli shops, dine out Hispanic and Cape Verdean. And I noticed that a lot of the workers were city workers, whether they be in construction or working for the public transportation services, or they were involved in protective services. So the total population is about 145,319 per 100,000 populations, with 68,080 male and 77,239 female. As I mentioned before, Black African Americans make up majority of the population at 96,640. Second being Hispanic Latino at 41,680. And whites American at 314,000. American Indian, Alaska Native, 1,433, and then 2 or more races at 6,610, and some other races alone at 18,877. The median age of the community is about 33. Birth rate, according to the United States Bureau Census of 2017, was 7,976. That's about 35% per 1,000 women. The median income is about 32,814 per household. Employment rate is increasing at 115 to 178. That's about 64.7% of the total population. Which is great because of the new expansions, as I mentioned in my previous slides, of the shopping centers. Definitely is allowing for more job opportunities for the community members. However, unemployment rate does come in at 9.2%. According to the United States Census Bureau, high school graduation rate is about 4,867, and that is the rate from 2017. So there are about 10,676 homeowners and 50,891 who occupy housing units, whether it be private apartments or subsidized housing units. 40,890 per 100,000 population are below the poverty level. That's about 28.8%. Still a significantly high for the year of 2017. However, it was astonishing to see that about 143,491, more than half of the community members at 96.1% do have some form of health insurance coverage, and 5,597, which is about 3.9%, who are uninsured. According to the latest data from Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, about 57% is covered under Medicare and Medicaid. So here we'll be addressing the community population health concerns for the Roxbury community. This data, this table here shown, was pulled from the Boston Public Health Commission 2016-2017 Health Data Report. I wanted to focus our attention more on the diabetes among adults recorded from 2010, 2013, 2015 combined, as well as heart disease mortality from 2015, hypertension in adults, and as well as obesity. These seem to be a steadily increasing rate for chronic disease in the community. Especially for the community members, in comparison to other Boston neighborhoods. Here featured in my presentation is the Eustace Shirley Mansion, which is still standing today. During the springtime, the mansion does open up and allows for tours. It's actually a very beautiful mansion, and the upkeeping of it, they do a pretty good job at keeping it and preserving the structure of the building. So here is my a summary of my windshield survey. So currently the boundaries of Roxbury is more of an economical boundary. There are currently new developments underway with expansions of shops and as well as small businesses, in addition to new homes being built such as condos, single family and multifamily units. The housing and zoning consists of modern multifamily units. So some of the community resources, Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative is one of probably the biggest community resource currently in Roxbury. It is most frequently used by all community members. In fact, there is an ABCD that's also attached to the Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative. There are various programs that range from, again, helping people learning English as a second language, helping people find homes, helping people that are looking to become first-time home buyers. There is a credit assistant program there that helps individuals in the community to fix their credit. There's some counseling services there as well. Rosie Place Women's Shelter is, again, another great community resources for the women, for the homeless women in the community. They are open every day, and they hold numerous women in the community that are homeless. Presently, there are about 8 sober living homes in Roxbury. I've listed them here. The Food Project is also another great community resource. The Food Project, throughout the year, they have farmers markets, and in the summer, in the springtime, in the summer, they go out into the community, find small places where they can be a garden and help the community members into planting their and growing their own fruits and vegetables to promote healthier eating and healthier living in the community. Lastly, Roxbury Center for Financial Empowerment is a fairly new program under Marty Walsh. This community center allows for financial empowerment for the members in the community, again, to regain some resources in regards to improving their credit and how to become homeowners or establish small businesses. These are the resources in the Roxbury community, and I have to say the community is growing. It is becoming a very robust, economical community, and empowering those that live in the community to live healthier and better lives. And here is my references that you can, again, review at your own leisure. I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone for listening in on my presentation. And if you have any questions, please, you can write me, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you.